Hello everyone, welcome back to more Magic the Gathering Arena, playing Outlaws of Thunder Junction Premier Draft. Step Between Worlds not very good. Unfortunate accident, it's an expensive murder, but expensive murder is still good. However, I think we just take the insane green card. I don't know. I mean, I always say that I don't fight hard enough to play the good colors, and so, like, given that everybody's trying to draft green, I maybe should not take green cards. But the thing is, the green cards are all so good. Like, how can you not take them? I'll see what I can do. Yeah, this is obviously the right choice here. As they say, someone's going to get to play green. Why not me? Force of Vigor. This is the bad one, right? Yes. Scalestorm Summoner is decent, but I mean, there's some solid green commons here that I wouldn't mind taking. And Gruul is not an especially good color pair to try to dive into here. I think it's Scalestorm Summoner or a green common. I don't know, maybe you could take Doc Warlock for some reason. Or the land. But I think there's, you know, Cactarantula is cool. I don't know. I mean, like, it's a little replaceable in that there's plenty of giant green creatures. Maybe you should take the mid-sized green creature, but this is not all that good. Beaver's good. Glamour's good. Land is probably best. I mean, I guess you could take Shark if you wanted to try Simic. But I don't really. Yeah, I'll take a land. Spinewood's Paladin's nice to see. Kellen joins up. No. Yeah, I mean, Spinewood's Paladin's a solid green card. Nice to see it's still here after a few picks have gone by. Really? File Smasher's quite strong. But I haven't seen a lot of Rakdos cards going by that have been amazing. I think it's between Thunder Salvo or the Golgari land. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Frontier Seeker's pretty good too, and green-white would be a nice color pair to be in. Yeah, I think I'll take the Frontier Seeker, actually, to keep the possibility of green-white open, which is a pretty solid color pair to play. Thunder Salvo is not incredible, and this land should not sway me into taking it. Nice. Yeah, I mean, green actually looks kind of open. Dance the Tumbleweeds over Beaver, I think. You could take Decisive Denial. We've seen some Simic stuff go by. But I think just grab another white card. Seems to make sense. Fits into the Mounts theme. I've got a lot of big creatures. I need some smaller stuff. And I'm counting Bighorn as one of the big creatures, not as smaller stuff. We do need, like, you know, well, a Varmint would be fine. But, you know, I'm really looking for the 2-mana 2/2 that mounts to mill stuff. What is that called? Something Stubborn Burrow Fiend. Huh. I mean, this is something kind of small, but you usually want to cast this for 4 anyway. I think I'll grab Take Up the Shield. Just, you know, a protection spell for my big creatures. Some life gain to get me back in the game after I get run over in the early game a bit, maybe. Packs, come on, Noonit, give me my packs. I thought it said lemon, but it says Eamon. Actually, Armadillo might be better than Holy Cow here. I just want something early that stops me from dying. I don't know. Flying damage is pretty important. I'll take the cow. There'll probably be a late Armadillo later. There might not be a late cow later. Take a Griffin. More flying, I guess. Getaway Glamour Wield. Okay. That's a big help. I mean, there are some downsides, which is like if you have the biggest creature on the field, this can't kill things. Is this any good? Still no. Okay. I don't really want the boots, but maybe. Told you there'd be a late Armadillo. Rush of Dread, but no, we want like Lassoed by the Law. Eartha Joe, like we do have the red land to splash, but Lassoed is better anyway. It doesn't show me the person's name unless I click here. Quentin Quarantino? Okay, sure. I don't think we really want a Thunder Lasso. Pick up a Snakeskin Veil, probably? It's nice to have one. I mean, Thunder Lasso is... yeah, this deck is probably a little heavy for something like that. It is nice to be able to, like, attack and have their stuff get tapped down. But just Snakeskin Veil, I think, is more important. I'll take a Green Blade, please. I only have one desert, but I could pick up some more. And all I'm really missing out on here is maybe a Commando or something. Yeah, and it's a nice, like, it's a relatively cheap creature. I've got all these 6s, and a 3 is really, really nice. Okay, but we should be on the lookout for lands here. Every desert is pretty good. I'll take a Keykeeper over a Pixie. Tapping their stuff down is very powerful in board stall situations, or even more when the board isn't stalled, I guess. If it's stalled, you don't need this, but to create board stalls, I guess, where, like, they have one big beater that they can attack you with or something, and you're like, nah, just tap that. Or to mess up their blocks or what have you. Congregation Griff. You'd love to see it. Well, green-white seems like the place to be. That's good news. We've either discovered or created the right lane. Our curve looks a little low up here, which is surprising to me. What is this? Do I want this? 4 mana. Like, I barely even... currently, I don't have 4 lands with different names. Up to 2. I mean, I think we're just going to take a cow, but I do want to look around. Like, maybe Cactus Folk Sure Shot is worth the splash with... right? I think it's a lot better than a Holy Cow. It's worth at least speculating on. Two Bovine Interventions. A Ride Down? So everything here is like only playable if we're going to splash red. So I guess I'll take the ride down. Destroy a blocking creature and gain trample is a pretty funny trick. We might not get to play these red cards. We'll see. But I haven't given up a lot to take them. The holy cow, basically. Oh, here's Eartha Joe. I don't really have any other abilities that do anything with Eartha Joe, though, right? Whereas I could just take, like, another Take Up the Shield. I think that's probably better. I mean, I have a few flyers. Eartha Joe and a flyer is a combo, but... really? It's a very red pack. Okay, I'll take... I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Outlaw Medic is better. But I think Eartha Joe is good enough that I maybe should have taken the first one too. I'll take another flyer. Still looking for deserts. Outcaster Greenblade is still totally fine with only one desert in the deck. But you would prefer to have more. And I'd like to find some way to help splash these red cards. It's number 3. That's too many, probably. Yeah, and I took one of those Pick Up the Shields over an Eartha Joe, as I recall. So if I had taken a second Eartha Joe instead of a third Take Up the Shield, that would have been pretty cool. Like if the order of those picks had somehow been reversed, so that I'd been forced to take Up the Shield, and then it said, do you want another Take Up the Shield? Oh, I got a holy cow. Or do you want an Eartha Joe? I could have said, oh yeah, I'll take the Eartha Joe. Path to Exile is bonkers. Throw from the Saddle might be better? I don't think so. Wow. Mystical Tether. I mean, I think I want... It's very cheap removal. And you don't want to use it early, obviously, but it's very nice to be able to work it in easily late game. Okay, here we go. I mean, yes, I'd like Form a Posse. I'd like the sheep, but this is more color fixing, and I have some red cards I want to play. How many mounts do I have? 2. The Frontier Seeker is not especially good at this time, then. Oh, gosh. This pack is nuts! I want so many of the white cards. I want both lands. I want Throw from the Saddle. I think it's the land. Call me crazy. No, removal is so good. Removal is so good. Prairie Dog, I think, is great. We want some cheaper stuff, and this is a potential. I mean, not really a win condition, but it does a lot eventually. I mean, Rise of the Varmint's not looking especially great here. I don't have any self-mill, but none of the rest of this is really exciting either. I don't think I want this Death Toucher or Vengeful Townsfolk. I don't have any, like, board-wide pumps, do I? Oh, Aven Interrupter. Okay. I don't think I do. Don't get to play with this too much. Arinx? Yeah, that's definitely the kind of early game stuff I was asking for. Don't need another armadillo. Don't really want an Ariet's Lullaby, but maybe? I guess, actually, I do have the Keykeeper, don't I? It's a good combo for Ariet's Lullaby. Tap down their things so you can destroy it. Kind of funny. And the gold pan, I think, gives us enough fixing now to run these red cards. Oh, nice. We got the sheep anyway. That was the pack that was insane, wasn't it? It had just like five or six cards I wanted. Maybe it was the pack after that. Can I have another insane pack, please? Yes, it was this pack. Wow, I want all of this still. I could just put another desert in for the green blade. I don't think that's especially amazing. But this is like, I have plenty of spells. I just want like a land that slightly helps with things. Arguably it makes things worse because it's a colorless land and I'm struggling a little bit to fit some red cards in. Maybe one of those spells would have been better, but I didn't have enough time to really think it over. So do I have any activated abilities besides the mercenaries? I have 2 mercenaries here and a mercenary here. So like Eartha Joe has 3 mercenaries to activate. That's kind of cool. It's activate an activated ability that targets a creature or player. Oh, Keykeeper. That's true. I had this come up in a draft a little while ago, right? Where I tapped down one of their flyers, and then Eartha Joe was like, would you like to tap down another? And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that would work. Yes, please. Okay, well. So what are the red cards I have? No, don't do that. I don't think Ride Down is really worth the splash. It's just awkward to use. I don't know. These at least are creatures, and they're what they provide is potentially a lot more. Ride Down only works for creatures they choose to block with. It's not like I have good removal. If there's a big threat the opponent has, I have stuff like Path to Exile, Journey to Nowhere. You know, I can get through it otherwise. These 2 red cards. So what do I have that's a mount? I have like 3, 2 sheep and a something. I have 4. Mountain, very funny. So I have 6 mounts if you count these. Okay, so that probably makes the Bucolic Ranch desirable, but the question is, like, can I afford it? It leaves me with, like, 7 white sources and 7 green sources, which is pretty thin pickings. Slim pickings, I guess is what you say. I have, though, like, I have these 3 cards. Yeah, I think I can do this. I'll just run fewer mountains. More plains? Or do we want to go 9-7? Probably not when I have all these double green cards. 8-8. Or, wait, what? 8-7. Yeah, I guess 8-7 in favor of white makes more sense. Okay, so I have to, like, cut some cards as well, of course. I don't know that this Armored Armadillo is doing much for me. I ended up picking up plenty of early game stuff, so I don't need a really questionable card like that. Oh, actually, most of my 2-drops are not creatures. I think Rise of the Varmints is just too hard. I don't get a lot of creatures into the graveyard. I think it's not going to do much. Take up the shield. My creatures are just big enough to be fine on their own, I hope. Lullaby, meh. I will keep the gold pan, because that plus Dance the Tumbleweeds should get the red cards in there with like 2 red sources. Oh, plus this as well. Yeah. I could even maybe cut another forest. Sorry, another mountain. And just rely on my 1 desert plus all the fixing spells. Because I really do want to make sure I have my main colors under control. 8/8. Yeah. The Holy Cows I don't think are especially good. It looks like I might just try to kill them with flyers, which doesn't seem like what this kind of deck usually does. Getaway Glamour is worse in green because you tend to have the biggest creatures, but it's still playable. So what do I have with power of at least 4? Maybe I don't need the Sure Shot after all? Yeah. Now, I mean, Sure Shot still works with things that are pumped by mercenaries. So there is some niche combo there. But maybe I can just cut the Sure Shot? I don't know. I do think we have enough fixing that this guy is going to be castable on 4 often enough. And these guys are going to be very happy about that. So it's kind of like these 4-drops. Now the sheep, I don't know. I mean, I do like the sheep, but like flyers and Eartha Joe mercenaries are kind of more my jam. This makes the Griff a lot weaker. But it's still, you know, potentially quite large. I don't know. A flying lifelinker is cool. Maybe I could like cut a Frontier Seeker and put the sheep back in. Yeah, and like the Prairie Dog doesn't do anything special, but I think it's good enough to run. All right, let's try this. Splashing just Eartha Joe and Sure Shot is a little weird, I think. They don't seem like they're especially good with this deck, but I think they actually are pretty good. We'll see. Fish Wolves? Wow, it's like a werewolf, but fish. This doesn't do anything until turn 4? I guess it can kill something on 3. I think the mana base is good enough, and I have a lot of 2s I can draw. That it's worth keeping this. I can just exile that, huh? Or kill it? I think I kind of have to. And I could do it now so that they don't get to attack me with it. I could wait till post-combat, but like to try to trick them into doing nothing from their hand, I don't think that's really much of a thing. Let's just kill this. I'm fine trading this with a Grizzly. I get a mercenary when that happens. And then there's the Eartha Joe mercenary combo, although I don't have a mountain. Happy to see that trade go through. Plotting a commando. Think I want to get a sheep out there? Then I can play one of these guys next turn and use it to saddle up. I guess attacking into the 5/5 is not that great. I could make this a 5/4 if I can pump it with a mercenary and use Snakeskin Veil, but that's just 2-for-1ing myself, so I'm not sure it's that great. Alright, well these are a double block for a 5/5, so that's fine, I guess. They didn't have a trick earlier. Oh, they milled Snakeskin Veil, right, okay. That's scary. Ooh, Arid Archway. Ah, the trigger doesn't happen until this has already chosen its size. Cute. Gross! I mean, I could pump this and swing. I don't really have a good blocker for the 7/7 anyway. Getting in for 4 is kind of good, and I can plot this. I'm not sure how great that is. But then they get in for like 12? I think I have to hold these back to still block the 5/5. I think if I hadn't been stuck on 4 lands, I'd be doing okay. But as things actually are, it's looking pretty bad. I mean, a 5th land wouldn't help, I guess. Well, yeah, because I could have played this. I could have been like holding up Snakeskin Veil and making maybe some attacks. I don't know. None attacks. What? The 7/7, I think, had a pretty good attack. Can I swing with the flyer, actually? These are already a double block for their 5/5. I couldn't... if I use the mercenary to pump the flyer, then I can't chump with the mercenary. I think it's okay. I need to push for some damage. And if they don't attack with both of these, I have good blocks. And if they do attack with both of these, it'll probably be okay somehow. Sure, you get in with some flying damage too. I'm a little surprised they didn't just flash this in and block. They don't have any mounts or vehicles right now. No attacks! Okay, I accept. Well, I don't think there's much point pumping the flyer now. I may as well just attack with it. Or not attack with it? What am I casting here? Eartha Joe is one cute idea. To have a bunch of mercenaries online, start pushing in with, I don't know. I mean, I could Snakeskin Veil to protect the Griffin and have the skies unopposed, I guess. But I think that pushing in right now is a little greedy unnecessarily. I think I just want to get a big flash or a big reach guy out there. A big creature, which happens to have reach, so that I'm not too worried about the cow. But I mean, there's definitely something to playing Eartha Joe so you have two mercenaries and give stuff +4/+0 to just start attacking on the ground with, like, sheep, for example. Ooh, okay. But if they want to tap down my Cactarantula, I draw a card, so that's fine. Armadillo's good, but I believe I have time to try to have Snakeskin Veil up for it. To which end, I will not be playing the Bandit here. Because I'd like to be able to, I don't know, Snakeskin Veil Eartha Joe? Because pumping up my ground creatures by a lot looks kind of cool. Yeah, I don't think there's any rush. Their Thunder Lasso is a little scary, but... Ah! Okay, that is scary. That's fine. Do they not know my 6/5 has reach? Or what's the deal here? Take up the shield. Yeah, okay. Maybe I got too greedy blocking that instead of blocking this one. Non-land permanent. So I could choose the Lasso, or I could choose the 8/8. I think the 8/8 is scarier. But I also want to play my own 7/7 with reach. It's just so tempting to, like, kill this and then attack with a 6/3. I don't know. Call me crazy. Yeah, I think I do that. Oh, and this makes a mercenary, by the way. Should have played this first so I could saddle up with it and then untap it when this happens, by the way. So let's attack with the sheep, I guess. Cool. Okay, I love that. So let's swing with a 7/1 sheep, I think. This one. I actually think I might just hang on to the armadillo in case of a board clear. Like, white does have that in triple white, or 4 triple white. But I don't know. If they kill Eartha Joe, I no longer have a clear path to victory, so maybe I would just want another big creature. I don't know that a 7/7 does much right now. Like, Eartha Joe is doing so much. Yeah. Probably swing with a 7/1 again. I don't know. This guy's maybe even worse. An 8/3. I don't really need this for anything, is the thing. It's so much easier in paper when you can just tap all 3 of these and say, I'll give this +6/+0. Like, put your hand out, tap them all. You don't have to, like, go through the motions. Shortcutting is nice, is all I'm saying. Decided to let that one in, huh? So the one way I see them coming back with what's currently on board is if they just, like, decide to start attacking with the flyers and saying, I don't care if he draws a card when I tap his Cactarantula. But I don't... Is that, like, a thing? Do I need to worry about that? Like, I have a 3/2 flyer to block their 3/3s. They'd only get in for 5 when they do that. Like, keeping the armadillo is really only playing around Final Showdown. I'm going to play it. Just to be safe from, like, flying attacks, basically. Journey to Nowhere. Okay, perfect. Sort of. Creature. Yeah, it makes sense they were sick of Eartha Joe. They must have just drawn this, is why they chose to let the 7/1 in this time, but not last time. So I think I exile the 5/5. It's got 2 counters on it. And I might just, like, hit attack all? Oh, whoops. Whatever. Okay, so the whole, like, Eartha Joe mercenary thing worked out, like, way better than I thought it was going to. I didn't think I had that many mercenaries, but Eartha Joe comes with one. We got one off of the flyer. We got another one off of Lassoed. We had another flyer that could have made one. These are all fine. And if Eartha Joe is on the board while you have 3 mercenaries, every creature you have is a disaster for the opponent. Nice. I like this hand. Can pick up the red-green land and we're just totally set. The main thing is, like, if Eartha Joe's on the board and you have 3 mercenaries, you're not always winning because you might not be in a position to attack. But if the board state is stalled or you're on the offensive, it's fantastic. If your opponent is in the offensive position, it's not so hot. Right, this is castable because there could be a creature by the time it resolves. It's legal, right? Oh. Breaches and mobile homestead, huh? It's kind of scary. Oh, it's the other desert. Interesting. I think I just journey the breaches here just to like do something this turn. And then when the green blade hits the field, it'll already be big enough. This gets my tap land done play efficiently. I don't know. I could believe this is wrong. But I also have lassoed if I need it. Spinewood's Paladin, okay. Well, I guess I'll be mana efficient. What is this, by the way? Just 4 colors, no effort? Did this thing trigger, by the way? I don't remember it actually doing that. Malcolm, how dare you? Oh, it's their second spell, too. Ugh. And they can crew the homestead. I'll block. Actually, wait. This is a 3/4. I won't block. I'll block the flyer. So I can play a 3/4 and a prairie dog. Order, I guess I should have cast this first so they wouldn't know I have another land in hand, but not a big deal. I think trying to get in for one there is just way too cheeky. This is a useful potential blocker. Ah! They're doing stuff. I hate it when my opponents do stuff. I wish they would just roll over and die. So I could get a counter on the prairie dog if I plotted Paladin this turn. That doesn't feel like a great idea. But I can get in for 3 lifelink here to try and tread water. I mean, like, lassoing this seems so good, though. Because it stops attacks with all of this if they don't have any more creatures. Yeah, I think I have to... Well, let's do this first, I guess. I think I have to, like, just remove their stuff kind of greedlessly. Oh, they can actually crew in response here, but it doesn't matter, because I can still target this. I assume they're going to have some creature that's going to make me regret exiling that, but my life total is low enough that I don't think I can play that kind of game. Okay, it's just Malcolm and Rutstein. I mean, that's bad, but I've had worse. This is 5? 5. Oh, it doesn't matter, it turns out. Yeah. Five four is good right now. It doesn't fly, but other than that, it's looking nice. And I need to deal with their flyer, which, by the way, draws cards. Why did they get 2 clues? Oh, because if Annie joins up. That's gross. I don't think I'm going to outvalue this. I'm certainly not out aggroing it. Just all 5 colors, no big deal. Yeah. The thing is, they can just like attack with Grizzly into this, and it doesn't really do much. I can't do much. Hang on, I can do this, right? And still cast my guy if I miss. Snakeskin Veil. Kind of cute to block the 4-2 and live. I think that might be a little too slow. Like, I think I'm blocking the 4-2 with 2 mercenaries, basically. Yeah. Put it on the bottom, yes. Ow. What the hell? Nobody plays this. So many clues. You cast a modal spell. For each mode you chose. Okay. Whatever you say, man. This is gonna... Yeah, they're showing me how you really play Magic, I guess. Jeez. Reveal it! I did it! Only 16 cards left in their deck. That's how we'll get them. Oh, man. Yeah, that seems pretty good when you have unlimited mana. Of course, that resolves. Okay, I quit. This is like... the Hall of Fame. Their cards are all insane. Except Riku, which sucks. And Drover Grizzly, which is fine. I don't know. They just had, like... Like, look at the fixing in this deck. They don't have any. They have 2 deserts. We saw they have, like... This is all they could find in their deck as well. I guess, I don't know. It makes sense. They should look for untapped lands. They shouldn't look for... Well, I don't know. Deserts that ping me seem good? I don't know. When they already have all their colors, just add a bunch of untapped lands. Fine, I guess. I feel like they shouldn't have been allowed to play all those cards. They ought to run into some color problems in some matches, but not mine. Swerve Driver? Why the capital W? There's something I don't understand there. Maybe SWD means something I'm unaware of. We probably are not getting counters on this anytime soon. But I could imagine on like turn 4, I play this on 3, turn 4 I just tap something and this gets a counter. Isn't that lovely? I don't know. Usually is not going to happen. Bad timing for this. I could just pass here and get the counter. Turn 4, play both of my 2-drops. The 2-drops don't seem urgent. This doesn't seem urgent. I think I'll give that a try. If they can kill this, oh well. At least I made them remove it. As opposed to leaving it as a 2/2 lifelinker that doesn't do anything. Alright. Just a creature. More mana, a little bit frightening. I don't know, maybe I'm a chicken. Maybe if I had attacked the 3/3 before playing out my stuff, they would have let it in. In fear of a combat trick. I'd get the life gain and do the damage. And if they double blocked, it wasn't the end of the world, but okay. Well, I can just run out the Cactarantula, but I'm a little afraid of what this thing's going to do. Like maybe they have some way to get rid of the Cactarantula and swing with the 2/2 lifelinker, right? So I think what I'm supposed to do is this. Just lasso the steed, hold up some more mana for tapping stuff. Okay, that's horrible. I want my lasso back. It's just spells, right? Yeah. So I can tap down either one of these. I don't know which one's important to do. Neither, really, right? I can tap this down if I want and get this creature back, but get the mana back from this. If I don't do that, I'm not tapping anything down, but at least this will be untapped. I guess I can, yeah. Oh, this isn't a mount, right? Just likes mounts. So this is my way to get in 1 damage, basically. I need a way to deal with the Terror of the Peaks very quickly. I don't regret killing the Steed. Like, I mean, I do, knowing this was their follow-up, but I think it was a good play at the time, given what I knew. The Steed is pretty scary. Oh, good. There goes my Cactarantula. And now, even if I find a way to deal with this, I don't have a way to deal with the 5/5 token they just made. I'm not sure why you had to do that at sorcery speed, but sure. Top. Yikes. Okay, I mean, this ought to do it. Very funny. Yeah. I mean, it's too late now, right? Terror of the Peaks has terrorized me. Okay, let's try to get a second win before we pack it in, shall we? Miguel. That's quite a goblin. Okay, I have Aven Interrupter on 3, which is kind of funny. And I don't think we're supposed to use this to search for a mountain. Or is it land? Basic land. Or a desert. So we could get the red-green source. It's a problem? Take 4. I mean, yeah, they're happy to do it, I'm sure. But knowing this is in their hand is something you can definitely play around, right? It's not nearly as good when it isn't a surprise. We have Aven Interrupter even to like potentially slow it down, right? They attack in, I make a block that like kills their creature, and they're like, oh, it's fine, I was planning to Nightblade or Assassin it. And then we say, nope, can't assassin right now. Wait till next turn, right? It's the dream. Or Snakeskin Veil or something like that. Maybe get to do that both. Both of those things. just attack. They trade both of these. It's sort of fine. And then I play a 7/7. And this is immune to Rooftop Assassin. I'm surprised they didn't go for the double block here. I guess they wanted to be able to saddle up still. It's really tough to kill this. Shoot the Sheriff would do it, I guess. And if they can't do it right now, I can keep it protected in the future. Okay. Attacking with this doesn't feel so hot. Not because of the triple block, which I could protect with Snakeskin Veil, but because it just like leaves the field open for them to start drawing cards and draining me for free with this. I think we just want to like have this be, you know, our bastion. Like, come on, I dare you to deal with this 7/7 when I have 2 protection spells and it has Ward 3. Tap looks good. Bottom this absolutely. Arinx is fine. Eight mana. This is 4, this is 2. I would still have Snakeskin Veil. I guess I should do this in case I see something I want to play more than this. Bottom it. A 3/1 First Striker is pretty cool. I don't want to have to tap my 7/7 to attack with it, but, you know, I'll draw another creature eventually. They have a lot of cards. Sure, Raven. They're gonna do it. It's fine. It's a land, okay. Is it possible they don't know how Ward works, or do they want to reanimate that? Question mark? They just decided they wanted some draw? Okay. Weird. I can lasso their 1/2 and then interrupt their flash blocker, get in for 10. They won't have committed a crime because I'll stop this from entering the battlefield, so they won't gain life with this. That tap is fine, I guess. But I think I'd rather tap the colorless just to be safe. No one expects the white counterspell. Okay. This still works. Got him. Snakeskin Veil also would have worked. I was probably supposed to do that, in fact. Snakeskin Veil to protect from this, and then Interrupter can deal with anything else they cast next. Like, I don't know what it would be exactly. But I don't know. Oh, they made a mistake, by the way. They should have cast this in response to the Raven exile, so they would gain a life. This Desert Stew would have gained them a life while Raven was still on board. And it's not like the fact that it was a surprise. Like, I was attacking with the 3/1. Like, I don't know. It might make sense to hold on to the Desert Stew if you thought that I wouldn't attack with the 3/1, but obviously I am. Okay, we made it. 2 wins. Fantastic. What does this say? The Pasta Pirate. It fits well with the avatar. I like it. Great. We have a mana dork into removal. What more could you ask for on the play, I guess? Well, less exciting on the play, but I can mana dork into plot a big dude. That's also fine. Black. Plotting. Draw. Okay. Am I running a mountain? I'm not, right? Lands. Yeah, 0 mountains. Okay. So if I get the land, this has to be a tap land, which means I can't spend... Well, I could choose not to get the mountain, I guess. Then I could play this guy as well. It just feels a little bad to plot this when, like, next turn I might be able to cast it normally. But I also hope to make a token with this. We're only 1 land away from doing so if we wanted, so... Obviously, you'd rather cast this for 6, but sometimes 5 is correct. I like these lands. I don't think I've seen this before, where, like... I mean, they look like they're from this set with the whole desert theme. They are. They're like foils or something? They've got, like, you know, the symbols for the actual mana things. The color is clear enough that you can read them. And they look semi-natural. Yeah, I like those a lot. This is a 2/2. Do I care about that? I don't know. If I just cast this to make a 4/4, it doesn't seem that... It would be a 5/5. I could cast it for... No, I can't cast for both modes. I don't think that's worth doing. Let's just run this out and hold up, take up the shield. I want to wait till I at least have 5 lands so I can cast this for both modes. 6 mana, 5 lands. So I don't really need to like add lands for any reason other than casting this spell currently. I could just cast it for a 4/4 token, but that feels pretty lame. I mean, we're in, I feel like, pretty good position tempo-wise. Like, having been on the play, I now have a big creature and removal. What is this? Not removal, but protection for it and removal for their thing. You're going to kill my creature and do 3 to me. All right, that's fine. I'll protect it. And now I can cast this for all modes, right? Get a desert in case my green blade shows up. Oh, they're stuck on 3 lands, I'm just noticing. The 4th mana here, but... Okay, you got to kill one of my big guys. Congratulations. This doesn't have flash, does it? No. I don't necessarily want... Yeah, I mean, damage is good. Let's just get in there. Returning a pulverizer to hand. Okay, they just wanted a 1/1 mercenary, I guess. Do I care about this? Yeah, this is lethal for me. Actually, wait, I already have lethal, right? Well, this is super duper lethal. There you go. Let's just flicker this. And now that resolves. But I can tap one of their creatures and exile another if they somehow got another blocker out. I mean, hard to lose that game. Alopind? I don't know. Good hand, though. Mana Dork into Green Blade. Or maybe we put off the Green Blade to get our flyer out there. I'm splashing 2 red cards, by the way. I've seen Eartha Joe like twice, I think. I've seen the other guys 0 times, which is fine. I'm not like missing him or anything, but it's just kind of weird. This is too many colors, dude. These lines are kind of pretty. They're clear enough. Actually, this swamp's a little too green for my taste. It could be a forest. I could kill this for 3 mana. Is that good? No. Oh, I should have tapped this actually. Because I'm planning to play a desert. I didn't see that. Yeah. Because then I could have the flicker up on this. Don't really need that anymore. Is there some way I can attack with stuff so that I can flicker this and kill this? I don't think there is. Like, yes, that's definitely legal, but I'd be missing the attack with this guy, right? So I don't think it's good. Well, maybe it's still good. Because this being a 3/4, like, I'm not going to hit the desert naturally, very likely, right? I think it's okay. Exile this. Kill that. Boo. Well, I mean, it doesn't block flyers. There is that. So if the flyer lives, I'm looking good. Fine. It's kind of bad, though. Eartha Joe, where are you at? The light has lassoed me. They can't saddle that, at least. Okay. Could use some non-lands, let me tell you. Play this first, I suppose. I want to hold up double white. No, I can't draw Interrupter off this because it's not a mount, so it doesn't really matter. I'll keep that on top. And attacking, like, I would get in. Or they would chump with a 1/1. But then I give the Cossacks Bronco permission to attack while saddled, which is pretty disastrous. That one? Misclick? Oh, I see. They just are going to attack with it? No, what? Ow. They have some trick here to punish me. Deserts do, and I lose the game? Ride down. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, this looks like game over. Even with the life gain, I don't think I'm coming back from this. Too many lands. I mean, they had some good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I block it. Sure. Ow. Bronco has done so much damage. It's funny, Bronco's this like really good card that, oh jeez, get me out of here. That like a lot of the time just does nothing because they kill it. It's like a 2/2. But when it does something, oh boy, is it something. Draws you cards every turn, and like, you know, if you can probably afford to attack without it saddled a fair bit, and it's still good, right? Dark Confidant is a card. But then if it's like Dark Confidant but your opponent loses the life, that's extremely gross. And they have the combat tricks to back this all up. You know, these attacks with a mediocre 2/2 to let it go off multiple times. Yeah, pretty cool. Well, an average performance. Can't get too mad about that. Or did I make it to 4? I didn't, surely. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.